Hello class, welcome to this video on the lesson 3.2 homework. So we're going to cover the homework problems that were, from the practice quiz on Canvas. So let's go ahead and get started. So suppose triangle DEF is the image of triangle ABC. If D is at -6, -2, what translation rule maps triangle ABC to triangle DEF? So we got to figure out the translation rule. So if D is, so they said the coordinates of D is -6, -2. So this is -2, -4, -5, and -6 is somewhere around there. And D is -2. So D is somewhere around there. And it says that DEF is the image of ABC, which means that A maps to D and B maps to E and so on. So basically we're interested in A right now. So the coordinates of A are 1, 2, 3, and 0. Okay, so basically you want to go from A to D. So you can count the number of spaces 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So basically you're going 9 to the right, or 9 to the left. Means that you're subtracting because the left is negative. And then you have to go down, so 1, 2, so down 2. So left 9, down 2. That's going to be -9 and -2, which means that you take x and you subtract 9 from x, and then you subtract 2 from y. Okay, so 9 left, 2. And that's my translation rule. So let's go ahead and match that up. That looks like it matches up with this one. All right, so match the description of the word with the word that best matches. So matching vocab question here, the figure that results from a translation, what is that called? So the product of a transformation. So when you do a transformation or a translation or anything like that, what is it called? What is the final product called? Well, it's called the image. Okay, what you start out with, which is the original figure, is the pre-image. A transformation that preserves length and angle measure. So a transformation that preserves the sides and the angles is known as a rigid motion. Two or more rigid motions in combination is known as a sequence or a composition. Sliding a figure or gliding a figure sliding or gliding is the translation right here, which is moving the figure. Flipping a figure is a reflection. Obviously, if you rotate the figure, that would be a rotation. If you stretched the figure, made it bigger, enlarged it, or you reduced it, that would be a dilation. But those are not the options that we have here. All right, so next question, we want to use the graph in the translation. So this is the translation rule to answer the question below. So we are basically transforming this black triangle using this rule. So this means that you're going 1 to the right, and we are going 2 up. And that's because we're adding to the y, and that means that goes up. We're adding to the x, so we go to the right. So we do that to all the coordinates. So right 1, up 2. 1, 2. Let's do a different color there. Right 1, up 2. Right 1, up 2. That's basically going to be our new triangle. Okay, so that's my translation. And so basically we just got to write down the coordinates. So what happens to the coordinates? Well, you just add 1 to the coordinate and add 2 to the coordinate. So if I know that the coordinates of A are -4 and 4, well then I add 1 to 4, well -4 plus 1, and then I add 2 to y, right? That's what the rule said. Add 1 to x, 2 to y. I mean -3, 5. Which is exactly what we have here for A prime. If you look at, let's look at this is, A is -6, not -4. So this is -6 plus 1, which is -5. So, okay, this is -6. All right, so A here, A prime is -5 and 4 plus 2 is 6. I'm doing some bad mental math here. 4 plus 2 is 6. We got -5 and 6, because this is 6 right here. And so, yeah, that makes sense. -5, 6, -5, 6 if you use the rule. So the coordinates of A are -5 and 6. Coordinates of B or B prime is -2. And then just to show you that, just to show you how we do that again, C, the coordinates of C were -4, -3. So we would add 1 to X, we would add 2 to Y. And that will give us -3 and -1. That does make sense. If you look at here, this is at -3, -1. So this actually works out. So a couple different ways to do it. You just add using the rule, or you can just move it physically like we did with the blue triangle. The blue figure is a translation image of the black figure. Write a rule to describe the translation. Okay, so basically we're going, since it's a translation, I know that this is going to here, this is going to here, and then this is going to here. Okay, so let's label this A, B, C, A prime, B prime, and C prime. Okay, it has to go that way because it's a translation, so we're just moving it over. And so if I move it over, 1, 2, that's 2 to the left, and then 1, 2, that's 2 up. Okay, so my translation rule is I take my original xy and I subtract from the x to go left, and then I add to the y to go up. Okay, so that's my transformation rule. All right. So use the graph in the translation to answer the question below. So again, same deal. We have a translation. That means 2 to the right and 3 up. So we're going to do that here. To the right, 3 up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Coordinates of that are -1, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Coordinates of that are -3, +4. And then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's my triangle. Coordinates of that, -4, +6. Okay, so again, you can get the same answer by looking at the coordinates. So the coordinates of that are -8 and 4. So if I add, according to the rule, I have to add 2, right? And then 3 to y. So I add, let's see, this is I counted it wrong again, -6. Okay, so -6 and then +6. So if I add 2 to -8, I get -6. If I add 3, according to that problem, if I add 3, this is a 2, 3. Did I count this wrong? This is 3, not 4. Sorry about the mistakes here, guys. So 3. So this is coordinate 3, not 4. And then if I add 3 to 4, I get 7. Okay, so it should check out. This is why I like to check my work and do the transformation as well, because I know that I'll probably make a mistake. So it definitely helps doing both ways, using the transformation rule to see if you get the coordinate as well as moving it. So now these both match, they agree with each other, so this makes sense. Okay, so it has to be -6, 7. Okay, so they just want you to graph the pre-image and the image. So here, if we were to move it, it looks like this one. Okay, so given triangle XYZ, line N with equation x equals -3, and line P with equation x equals 3, write a translation rule that is equivalent to Rn, compose Rp. So it's a reflection about line N, compose reflection about line P. So remember, when we do this, we do it in order from right to left. So this one goes first, and then this one goes second. All right, so we want to reflect about line P first. Line P is x equals 3. Let's draw that line x equals 3 first. So x equals 3. Oh, we need to draw it because we don't have a picture here. So let's go ahead and draw it out. Just a quick picture of this. So 1, 2, 3. That's x equals 3 right here. Vertical line that cuts through an x value of 3. And then x equals -3. So 1, 2, 3. The x value that cuts through -3 right here. That's my 2 vertical lines. And we can draw the triangle anywhere on here. So let's say triangle XYZ is like that, okay? Let's say that's my triangle XYZ. And we want to reflect it first about P. So this is P and this is N. So if we do P first, then we'll get something that looks like, this right here is 2 units away, so it has to be 2 units away. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 units away. This is 4 units away. And then this would be right here. So this is how it would look like if we reflect it about P. Now we're going to reflect it about, so this is the mirror for that. Now we're going to reflect it about N. Okay, so we're going to do this motion, flip it. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 away on that side. So it has to be 8 away on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's somewhere around there. And then, so basically the triangle looks something like this, okay? So let's zoom out on there. So this is reflecting about N, and then this is reflecting about P, okay? So this is my final image here. And so you can see that it moved over to the left, or rather from the black to the red. From the black to the red, from the original to the final, it moved to the left. So that's a negative. And how much did it move? Well, the distance between between -3 and 3 is 6. So this distance is 6. And so according to the theorem, it actually would move twice this amount. There's a theorem that states that if you do 2 reflections like this, the distance that it moves is double this distance. Okay, so it will move 2 times 6, which is 12. And you can actually count this. If you were to do this and count it, you would get about 12 spaces if you did it correctly. And so it's -12. And so basically it moved here -12 units, which means that this is a translation of -12 units, but 0 in the y. So we have -12, 0. Okay, so a robot travels from position A to position B to C to D. What composition of rigid motions represent these moves? And so we're doing, so it looks like the robot is going here. That's 1 translation. That's 2 translations. So a total of 3 translations, okay? So we're going to have a composition of 3 translations. Remember that this one goes first, this one goes second, this one goes third. It goes from right to left, right? So when we do this, we got to figure out in that order. So how much do I need to go from A to B? Well, I need to go 2 to the right, that's positive. And I need to go 3 up, that's positive. So this one is 2, 3. And from B to C, I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the right and 0 units down. So that's this guy. And then from C to D, 1 unit to the right, 1, 2, 3 units up. So 1 unit to the right, 3 units up. And that's my, this is my final composition. So we'll go ahead and write the answers down. So this one was the first one, 2, 3. This one's 4, 0. This one's 1, 3. Okay, so you can see that these are the different translations, the different T's that you see there. All right, so what are the vertices of triangle A prime, B prime, C prime produced by the translation given below? So we have 3 to the left and 6 up. So 3 left, 6 up. So all you got to do is move it. So 1, 2, 3, and then 6 up. 3, 4, 5, 6. So somewhere around there. Go ahead and do that. That will be A prime. And so A prime is 0, 6. It's over here and then over here on the y-axis. And then it says A prime is 0, 6. So far this looks good. And then B is, let's see, B, move it, what is it, 3 to the left. So 1, 2, 3, and then 6 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's B prime. That's going to be 0, 4. C prime, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's C prime, which is -3. All right, so then it looks like it's this guy. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the video. That was it for the homework video on translations on 3.2. Take care, guys, and I hope you learned something from this. And as usual, I'll see you in the next one.